616 in LA by Kendrick Lamar. Let's talk about it. I will start by saying this though. I know damn well J. Cole woke up just like this.
That's what Mike would do.
Yup. Yup. I made the right decision. This is probably the last thing I thought I was going to wake up to this morning. I thought Drake was going to drop his response, and a couple weeks later, Kendrick would drop his response, and it would just go that way for however long it may be. But 2 Kendrick heaters in 1 week? Wild. That's my little brother, by the way. But no, so that's what Kendrick meant in the last song whenever he said, back to back, you like that record? I'm going to get back to the dad on the record. Hey, now we know. Let me tell y'all why this situation is so dangerous for Drake. Other than Kendrick's beef with himself over the years, this is the first time in Kendrick Lamar's career that he's directly beefing with somebody and going back and forth with him. Kendrick has been itching for this opportunity for the past decade. Somebody in the upper echelon of MCs to directly call him out, to directly challenge him. Just like whenever he said on Element,
just say his name and I promise that you'll see Candyman.
Drake is now seeing him. Like I said, Kendrick has been waiting for this opportunity for about a decade. So Drake is currently receiving the load of a man that's been edging for 10 years. No Diddy, of course. Alright, so now that all that's out of the way, I want to talk about the song specifically. I don't get excited for many things, but this is one of them. Do y'all remember whenever Drake said that Kendrick better have a quintuple entendre in his response? Well, there's a quintuple entendre in the title alone. Alright, so the title is 616 in LA. What is the significance of 616? Firstly, it's referring to the fact that Father's Day is on June 16th this year. In a way, he could be doubling down on the insinuation that Drake is a deadbeat father. He could also be calling Drake his son whenever it comes to rap, and the date just serves as a reminder. Secondly, 616 is also Tupac's birthday, which definitely has to do with the fact that in Taylor Made Freestyle, Drake chose to vocode his voice to diss Kendrick in Tupac's voice, which is kind of corny. Thirdly, the date also references the day that Euphoria Season 1 dropped. Drake is a producer for the show. The show is also about promiscuous teenagers. Take that with what you will. The fourth reference is referencing June 16th, 1994, which is the date that Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman were buried. And those are the alleged victims of the O.J. Simpson trial. During that trial, O.J.'s defense used a glove that didn't fit to prove that O.J. didn't commit the murders. And it just so happens that Kendrick has a picture of a leather glove as the cover image for 616 in LA. Now, this could mean a couple of things. It could mean that he's figuratively murdering Drake with this track. It could also reference that Drake is disingenuous and this lifestyle doesn't fit him, just like the glove didn't fit O.J. But what I really think it means is if something actually happens to Drake, it had nothing to do with Kendrick's circle or Kendrick at all. I mean, the song itself is about how Drake's circle is filled with snakes. The circle is basically Among Us, so if something happens to him, it was probably them. So just like how the glove served OJ as evidence to prove that he had nothing to do with it, this glove also serves as evidence that Kendrick has nothing to do with that. The glove just does not fit. And the fifth meaning could be a reference to the Bible. I feel like Ephesians and Proverbs could fit into the situation, but Proverbs definitely makes a lot more sense. Proverbs 6:16 states, there are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood. I wonder what that references. A heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush to evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. That would take a whole video if I had to go in on that. So there's Drake's quintuple entendre. And that's just the title! All that, and I haven't even talked about the verse yet! I want to talk about 3 that stood out to me, because if I talked about all of them, this would be a really long video. Conspiracies about Cash Dog, that's not even the leak. Find the jewels like Cash Dog, I just need you to think. He's saying that the leaks have nothing to do with Cash Money, but whenever he says find the jewels like Cash Dog has a song called Ice Me Out. So I'm assuming he just has a lot of jewels, aka valuable dirt on Drake. His cup runneth over with tea. It was fun till you started putting money up in the streets, then lost money cause they came back with no receipts. I'm sorry that I live a boring life, I love peace, but war ready if the world's ready to see you bleed. Basically saying that Drake invested a lot of money trying to find dirt on Kendrick's name, but ultimately he found nothing because Kendrick keeps to himself for the most part. Now I want to talk about my favorite line. It's time you look around on who's around you. Before you figure that you're not alone, ask what Mike would do. Obviously on the surface he's referring to, you are not alone. But he's also giving Drake some advice here. Not a lot of people know this, but after Michael Jackson released Beat It, he let go of practically his whole team. Throughout the whole song, he's letting Drake know that a good majority of his team is pretty corrupt. So he should make like Michael Jackson, the person that he compares himself to, and get rid of them. So what does this track do for the bigger picture of the beef? Honestly, I have no idea how Drake can respond to something like this. I feel like all of the challenges that Drake proposed have been checked at this point. It needs a quintuple entendre, check. You're taking too long to respond. He dropped 2 records back to back. He really is Lil Bro and Drake right now. I'm not gonna lie, I tried to tell him. Whenever this saga first started, I said, and I quote, it's those lily-licking lips that got you into this situation to begin with. And as an honorary member of the Light Skin Protection Program, you can sit this one out. He didn't listen! So now I just can't feel too bad about it. We've lost another one, my brothers. But I appreciate y'all for being here. If you're still here, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.